Do you love information? Do you love understanding the why? Do you not like being told what to do? Then you are my ideal client. Because, like me, I don't like being told what to do, but I do love the why. I do like understanding things. I don't like just following things blind just because I've been told to do them. That just doesn't sit well with me. And if it doesn't sit well with you, then you are my perfect client. Now, why am I bringing this up? I have my Mastering in Midlife program starting this weekend. I'm kind of pushing this a bit because it's I only offer this program once a year, and potentially it's the last time I'm going to offer this program in this format. This program, however, is different to maybe my 21-day weight loss program, because I couldn't care less if you followed all my meal plans. There's 15 meal plans, about 50 meals to choose from. Couldn't care less if you even looked at them. What I do care about is when I explain how and why I build the meals. I want you to understand that. But if you do want to follow the meal plans, cool. I know some people love the structure of having meals set out for them. I get that. Some people prefer to know macros per day, and that's all provided in the app. That's cool again, but I want you to understand why the macros are that way per day. All I have the Mastering Midlife program, what the ideal person is for the Mastering Midlife program is somebody that wants to understand this, that's fascinated by the challenges and the opportunities of midlife and beyond. Somebody that wants to, beat the narrative of what it is to be middle-aged and beyond. We are led to, it's normalized that our body composition should change. In fact, we are told to expect it, even celebrate it. And yet we know that's not true because we see people that are older than us and they're in great shape. And like, well, hold on, if they can do it, why can't I? And yet it's kind of all normalized. And again, the scary thing that it's celebrated. So my perfect client, that it's going to be the outlier. You are not going to be that. Because let's face it, when our health changes, when our body composition changes, it really reflects on how we show up in the world, right? People feel less relevant, they feel invisible in society, and it simply doesn't have to be that way. So my perfect client for Mastering Midlife is somebody that will engage in the information. Implementation of the information, I don't really mind as much right now. I mean, the program is September. September might not be the ideal time for you to implement the information I'm about to coach. I don't care. But engage in the information, see how it relates to you, see the opportunity in that, embrace in the knowledge and the strategy I provide, and then implement that information whenever you want. I do, however, have five, I won't call them non-negotiables, but I will call them, five things I would like people to commit to for the month of September. And they are a protein intake. Ladies, I'd like the ladies to commit to 100 grams of protein a day, guys 140 grams. And there's a whole PDF showing you all these different ways that you can get 100 grams of protein. It's so easy. I want you to commit to 90 ounces of water per day. Now, that's no joke because 90 ounces of water per day is literally what our body needs at a minimum before you exercise, before you go out in humidity. So I would like people to commit to that. For the Mastering Midlife, I'd really like people to commit to the elimination of ultra processed foods. I'm going to explain why with regards to leaky gut, liver, fatty liver disease, inflammation, how inflammation and aging are a massive disaster. So really the elimination of ultra processed food. That is going to be the most challenging. And I mean in cheat meals or off-plan meals as well. That is going to be the most challenging for some people, but there lies the reason to eliminate it, right? The thing you tend to hold on to most is probably the thing you have to let go of. So that is, I'm not going to say non-negotiable, that is highly suggested. So we have the protein intake, we have the water, the elimination of processed food. By the end of September, I would like participants to be consuming at least 25 to 30 grams of fiber per day. Now, I don't expect people to start on that because there'll be some bathroom issues. But I encourage people to start tracking their fiber, build an awareness around their fiber, and by the end, know what it feels like to consume 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day. Again, I will explain why this is so important, but this is so more important for gut health, liver health, and hormonal regulation. We'll get into that. What else is that for? Number 5, I would like 2 hours in zone 2 cardiovascular exercise. What is zone 2? So zone 2 means you're out of breath, you're breathless, but you're breathless, but you're not out of breath. So you're kind of a little bit winded, but you can still talk. 2 hours. I don't care if you get 15 minutes here, 30 minutes there, or if you do 2 hours, if you do 1 hour, 1 hour. Don't care how you get it. In fact, some studies are now telling us that smaller sporadic cardio is actually better than the long duration. But that is also a highly suggested part of mastering midlife. And this gets you to start tracking things, tracking protein, tracking, or at least an awareness of protein, an awareness of water, an awareness of fiber, an awareness of the quality of food that you're consuming, and an awareness for the activity. And again, I'm going to go into the ins and outs of why they are my top 5, but also in this program, this is a big program, supplementation, blood work, cellular health. Gosh, that's so important. And I've only touched on it briefly in the Muscle Month program. The 6 hormones that change our body to age, cause our body to change. What about hormones, the 6 hormones, and what about HRT? What about andropause? This is not a chick program. Guys, please come on into this program. The only part of this that's a chick part is when we talk about premenopause and menopause, but then we do an equal amount on andropause. I've had couples join this program, and I had some really flattering feedback from the different couples that are in this program of how they have a better understanding for each other. All right, plug over. It's a big program, 10 live coaching calls. There'll be pre-recorded content. There's the meal plans. There's macros per day if you want to follow those guidelines. But they are my five requirements. It's a protein requirement, a fiber requirement by the end of the course. Water requirement, the elimination of ultra-processed food, no joke on that one, and the inclusion of at least 2 hours of cardiovascular exercise. Don't care in what duration. But we start really soon. The first Zoom is on Sunday. I know it's Labor Day weekend. If you miss it, don't care about that either. Just watch the recording. And again, I'm a hands-on coach, so you have full access to me for the whole month of September. That alone is priceless. I jest, but they have done many studies on people for sustained weight loss or optimal health. And what was the common denominator? And the common denominator in all of them is support. None of this is easy to do by yourself, even with the best information. Support and being in a close enough community that you feel supported. And that doesn't mean you have to chit chat to one another. You can be as engaged or as invisible in these programs as you wish. This is a small program. I'll have the opportunity to coach all of you pretty intensely. But we start soon. I've only coached this program once a year. In 2025, I think I'm going to change the format of my programs. So if you like it in this format, pre-recorded content, live content, full access to me, online group coaching program. We start this Sunday, run through September the 28th. Link midlifemonth.com. But if you've got any questions, please ask me now, because we start on Sunday and this program simply won't be back for a long, long time.